Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis, coming to you from the Pura Cigar Company studio, and with me today is Seth Geis. How you doing, Seth?
Not too bad, man. Just wrapping my little purple sweater.
Nice. A little bit of nice chamomile tea, all that going on. Perfect.
Exactly.
All right. So today we are talking about the aging room Pura Cepa Mezzo. It's kind of a Toro Extra, 6-inch by 54 ring gauge. Comes out of the Plasencia factory in Nicaragua. The blended information is all Nicaraguan, so Nicaraguan Puro. Blended by Rafael Nodal. Price point is $13, and the cigar was released in July of 2018. So all that out of the way, Seth, what was your smoking experience like for this cigar?
Yeah, it's a really nice presentation. The cigar really, I actually like the color of the wrapper, really nice Colorado coloring. Um, the aroma right from the beginning is just this sweet tobacco, earth, a little bit of cream, also showing some like leather and rich earth and wood. The cigar starts off showing just some sweet spices. There's a little bit of pepper in there and cinnamon, but really just like that sweet spice characteristic with some soft earth notes and some leather. Just kind of medium body, medium strength in the first third. Then when I get into the second third, I find it really to be really similar. There's just not much transitioning. It's just kind of showing that sweet spice, earth and leather. Still smoking around a medium body. And then the final third really for me just kind of continues on that road. So just not showing that much, not showing really any transitioning. I also feel like it was lacking some complexity. Um, but remain medium body, medium strength throughout. What about you, man?
Yeah, start with a nice combination of wood and potent baking spice, and then like a quarter-inch in, I got what I can only really describe as like a soapy kind of flavor. But as odd as it sounds, it actually was enhancing the profile for me. About an inch in, the baking spice and the soapiness kind of each mellowed a little bit. Wood kind of remains at the same level. Retro Hill carries a similar profile, but the baking spice is a little amped up. Further in, woods up front, baking spice and soap note in the background, and they have a very long finish. Strength is kind of in the mild medium range there at the beginning. Second, third, a little bit of mustiness joins in. A little further in, wood and soap note up front. Mustiness kind of rushes in after a short delay. Baking spice in the background kind of shows up on the finish a little bit. Further in, the mustiness joins the wood and soap up front. Baking spice still in the background. Retro Hell's kind of toasted wood note along with the mustiness and the soap. About an inch in, a fair amount of char joins in with the wood, kind of mask some of the other flavors. But that kind of receded fairly quickly to bring the profile back to the charred wood and mustiness with the soap note and the baking spice kind of leaving the profile. A little bit of that soap comes back as the second third's wrapping up, and strength bumps up to slightly below medium. Final third, charred wood mustiness kind of continuing on at equal levels. Cigar starts heating up about 3/4 of an inch in, brings a little mintiness to the profile, and the retrohale kind of carries a fuller version of that. And the strength continues to go up and just gets to the medium mark. In regards to construction, burn line is a little bit wavy, but it always kept up with itself. Ash held on inch and a half increments. That was pretty good. In regards to the draw, just a little tighter than I prefer, but didn't cause any issues with smoking experience for me. So overall, what
Yeah.
were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say my construction actually, I was going to get to that. My construction I thought was solid throughout the whole cigar.
Yeah.
Really produced a nice ash as well. So I was very pleased with the construction aspect. Um, in terms of overall impression, I mean, I just was I was really disappointed in the cigar. To me, it just lacked really good flavor profile and it didn't show any transitioning. It's one of these things people are still wanting to make these Nicaraguan puros. And it's just like, let's go out and do it. And for a while there, it was like people were trying to make the next Pepin.
Right.
We want to make the next Pepin. And then people were talking about trying to do like kind of this Aganorsa thing. And then Davidoff did their thing. And then and we even heard this in the Tadas booth, like this is our take on a Davidoff Nicaragua. So now people in the Dominican are trying to do what Davidoff did and trying to make their own type of like Dominican style of Nicaraguan puro. And they should just stop. Just don't try it.
Yeah.
While it's cool just to use to make a puro, if it's not going to give you the best blend, just don't do it. And I just think this was kind of that one of those cigars that it's just, Rafael's got access to a lot of good tobacco. I mean, I'm sure he could have bought some tobacco from Hochi that's Dominican and made this blend even better. So I was just really disappointed in it. What about you, man?
For me, I thought the flavor profile was pretty interesting with that soapy note. I mean, I've gotten that like one or two other cigars I smoked before, and people typically think if you get soap in your mouth, you're not going to like it. But for some reason, it kind of actually worked out in this profile. I don't know why. So the profile is good. Construction is really good. Wavy, a little wavy burn, a little tight draw. That's pretty much how a lot of cigars are. So it's not a big deal there. I thought this was very interesting for being a Nicaraguan Puro because it's not the typical flavor profile I would expect from a Nicaraguan Puro. I would expect a little more heavier spice than what I got. Definitely a lot more wood, probably a little more strength, but it was a fairly light strength level for a Nicaraguan Puro because a lot of people say you got to go to Nicaragua to get the strength kind of thing. Dominican, you'll go for a lighter strength, but it just wasn't in this one. But that was a pretty good cigar. I mean, it was nothing that put me off from it, so I thought it was enjoyable. As we go into the scores, I gave it a 6.57, and you gave it a 4.63, so we were pretty far apart on it. I think my score matches up with my rankings because the flavor profile was good. Final third was a little bit of a drop off. Construction was really good. Overall, I thought it was good. So it kind of gets into that mid sixes. So I thought it was a good match. How do you think that score matched up with your experience?
For me, line up. It would line up. And I know sometimes I kind of go to the extremes with stuff. But that's just, it would really line up. And then when you mentioned the price point for like $13 a stick,
yeah.
That just kills it. It's just not, it's not a $13 cigar.
Right.
And that's, I mean, so I don't know. So it was disappointing. It's just Nicaragua's got some flavorful tobacco, but it's just and some stronger tobacco. And you're right. Most of the time when you have these Nicaraguans, a little bit stronger, but there's also a little bit more flavor to it. And I just thought this one just kind of lacked that.
Yeah. The final thoughts on this cigar?
I'd be interested in smoking in a different size. I know we smoked kind of like the Grand Toros, which are bigger. I think there's some
you go from a smaller ring gauge. You just want to see what's
maybe.
Yeah,
maybe see what it does. The wrapper itself is pretty though. I actually don't mind like the bands on it. I hate the whole little aging room little. I don't even know how to describe the font, but I just hate it.
Right, kind of the musical note kind of thing. Whatever.
Yeah, it's just one of the I don't know. It's like Rafael's Altadas, but at the same time he didn't give up aging room. But it's like I don't freaking know what's going on.
Yep, exactly. All right. If you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. We'll also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.